I'm your host, Jared. This is Captain Clay. And today, Clay, we're going to be talking about the importance of learning.
Yes.
And being around you for the past 5 or so years, I'm never not around you where you don't have a book. I don't know that that statement actually made sense, but anytime I'm around you, you always have a book with you. You're always talking about something new that you're learning. And I know for a fact that you actually take time every single day to read and to improve yourself, to grow. Why do you do that?
Well, I think to answer your question, last night I was reading the Chet Holmes book called The Ultimate Sales Machine. And I'm going through and learning about systematic marketing for big accounts. And I learned 2 or 3 profound nuggets that I would have never thought of if I sat in a vacuum. And I'm kind of a believer that those of you who are around me more often know that I don't know a lot about most things, but I feel like somebody else knows a ton about it. So if I can just find the expert, read what he wrote about it, and implement what he's suggested I do, I can get a lot more things done more quickly than if I sat around and discovered all the ways to do it wrongly. So the big phrase I live by is it's better to be a pirate than a pioneer. So you don't see me on the threshold or on the peak of innovation. I'm just going to be the guy that's going to take the ideas and improve upon them. I'm like the Japanese.
Now, you being the CEO, president, I'm not sure exactly what your title
The big boss.
The big boss, kind of a big deal.
Humble.
It's very humble. With that being your position, I know that a lot of people will say, yeah, for your position, that's really important that you learn, that you're reading, you have to be doing this. You have a lot of people looking to you. But for the average person, let's say the average entrepreneur, it's either them, maybe them and a spouse, them and a friend that have started this business together. Why is it crucial for them to always be learning?
Well, I'll tell you this, if you're watching this right now and you're thinking to yourself, well, I might not need to do continued learning, or you need to be the best at what you do, period. You need to commit right now. If you're doing sales, you want to be the best salesman in the history of that company. If you're detailing cars, you want to be the best car detailer in the city, for sure. You're editing videos, the best video editor, period. Because if you commit to being the best, 2 things will happen. 1, somebody will see you and the quality of work that you display, and they're going to promote you to another level. Either you're going to get promoted by your boss, you're going to get a tip, you're going to get a raise, you're going to get referred to somebody, something great happens. It's a spiritual law. If you do the diligent thing, you get promoted elsewhere. The second thing is that if your boss doesn't promote you or you don't get elevated, your esteem of your own, what you're doing, is higher. You carry yourself with more esteem and more energy and more positivity, more self-confidence, and therefore you attract people that want to be near the best. Nobody wants to be near the 4th best or the 8th best. People want to be with the best. So it's a deal where you want to commit yourself to excellence in that one area.
Okay. Now, when you read a book, I've actually seen some of the books that you've read, and in particular here, Think and Grow Rich, a great example. There is markings all throughout this. It's dog-eared. There's bookmarks everywhere. There's pen. There's notes in the columns. There's drawings on here. In fact, the name Joe at the beginning of the book. I'm anxious. We won't answer this today, but I'm anxious to see what was going on through your mind when that happened.
Yeah.
But specifically, Clay, why don't you break down for our viewers here how you read a book? Because I know you do more than just read. You actually do more. You do something with it. Tell us what you do.
Well, I'll tell you this. If you're kind of going, man, every time I read, at the end of the book, I go, what was I reading again? What was that again? A lot of times people will read and they get to the end of it and they have no recollection of what they just read. This is how I'm at right now with reading the Bible. I really want to read the Bible, and I get into it and I'm like, okay, I'm reading the Bible. That's what I'm doing. And then I'm the tribe of Judah and what was I talking about again? It happens all the time. I'm just now understanding how to read the Bible. So I can't give you tips on that, but as far as reading these business books or things like that, the main thing is you're reading with one goal in mind. What can I apply? That's it. Everything else in the book is bogus. So when you read the book, this book called Crush It by my main man Gary Vaynerchuk, I'm reading this book going, what can I apply to my business right now? What can I apply to my life? If you're reading an autobiography, what can I apply from what I'm learning? As you do that, whenever you come across something that you can apply, just circle that beast. Right there. So right here in his book he says, one real estate agent who is building a powerful online personal brand is Ian Watt at ianwatt.ca. Every video blog he launches as he drives around the streets of Vancouver where he's based dispenses Ian's thoughts on the real estate business and blah 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 blah. Point is, I am co-owner of a real estate company, therefore this is something I want to check on. I'm not going to do anything with it right now, I'm just circling it, then I keep reading. I read the entire book this way. Once I get to the end of the book, I then begin to write my action list of what I'm going to do specifically as a result of this book. So now I go to page 1, write down that idea, page 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, write it all down. At the end of this, I've got a punch list of 40 things to do. I implement that huge overhaul, company-wide or personal-wide, and every single time I make an incremental improvement.
Wow, I will be holding on to this for later. Now, I know in particular one book that you read that was really important, or maybe several that he's written actually, is Russell Simmons.
Oh man, it's awesome.
The founder of Def Jam, and as you stated a moment ago, the kind of the leader of hip hop as we know it today.
Right.
Why, or rather, how was he so important to you?
Well, Russell, in his book, Life and Death, he explains he grew up poor and he wanted to get ahead. So I can kind of identify, I didn't grow up like homeless poor, just kind of the yellow box, you know, thing, or where you add the, occasionally had to add the water to the milk, you know, the powdered milk thing. That was kind of our, but Russell Simmons grew up like almost homeless poor kind of thing. And what he said in the book is that the goal of life is to be able to, I'm butchering the paraphrase, but basically to be able to live the way that Marvin Gaye sang a song, or to be able to live the way that Michael Jordan played basketball, to be able to live the way that people laugh at a great joke. He said to live with joy and abundance, knowing that you're doing what you're put on earth to do. That was the first time I'd ever heard anybody mention that they could actually like their job. And for anybody who's ever been up to our offices or worked up here for us, you know that it's kind of a viral thing. You either love it or you hate it. I mean, you're either ejected, you know, from it didn't work out for you, or you love it. But the thing that can always be said is there's energy and there's fun up here. And that's the big thing, is that I discovered through that book that you can actually have fun at your job. And so that became my priority number one with every business, is make sure that I enjoy it. Because if I don't enjoy it, or the aspect of it that I'm working on, then I'm not going to do well at it. So right now I specialize in building workflows. Because for some reason for me, some people want to go to the lake, I'd rather build workflows. Don't know why, but I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun. I think it's because I can see the plan implemented and to see the fruition of it. But you want to be working on something that you like, so you've got that passion to tap into when you run out of energy.
That's good. That's really good. Any other closing thoughts as we head out of today's show?
Yeah, I will just tell you this. The majority of people that I know don't know how to read. They have a book, they can read the words in the book, but they don't know how to read and comprehend. They don't know how to read and apply. Read and apply. And I'm telling you right now, if you're watching this and you're somebody who has a business or somebody who's wanting to start a business, the biggest thing that you can learn to do is learn how to study the lives of people who are doing what you want to do, and then implement their game plans and action steps in your life. And as a general rule, because most of us don't have access to spend a whole day with Oprah or with Russell Simmons, we have to do the next best thing, which is to read their book, take their ideas, and implement them. So I would recommend for anybody right now, find a book. Think of right now, who is doing what I want to do with my life? Who's the best missionary? Who's the best basketball coach? Who's the best dad? Who's the best mom? Who's the best at what you want to do? Get their book, study their lives, and implement it. But use discernment to only study the lives of people that are doing it the best. Don't study a guy who wrote a book about marriage and his name is Arnold Schwarzenegger. You know what I'm saying? Like, it probably isn't that good of an idea. Don't read a book about spiritual laws from somebody who might be a heretic. I mean, just think about it. Just look into it and study the lives of people that actually know what they're talking about.
Okay, and one last question here. Top 3 books. If someone is just getting started out, they're wanting to start learning, give us the top 3 books they should start with right now.
1, Think and Grow Rich.
Okay.
Think and Grow Rich. Get the new, updated version. I like this because it's old school. It's the unabridged. I'm kind of a sick freak. Get the new one, because the newest update will have more of the language that's more current with today. It's not from 1920s. It's a great book. The second here is going to be Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. It explains to you how to get out of the rat race, how to minimize your tax liability, how to get ahead financially in very practical terms. This book is all about getting the mindset. This is the practical action steps. How to form an LLC, that kind of thing. And the third book right here is The E-Myth Revisited by Michael Gerber. This shows you how to build scalable and duplicatable business systems that will help you create a business that you